This is a story of heartbreak, frustration, and utter disbelief. The MMA world was buzzing with excitement as Reyes, the up-and-coming fighter, stepped into the octagon to take on the greatest of all time, Jon Jones. Little did Reyes know his life would be forever changed by that fateful night. So, buckle up, folks, as we dive into the story of the man who had his career ruined by Jon Jones. On that night in Houston, the UFC world was witness to an epic showdown between the champion, Jon Jones, and the challenger, Dominick Reyes. It was a battle for the ages, a fight that would go down in history as one of the greatest. The tension was palpable, the drama was real, and the stakes were high. By the end of the 5-round back-and-forth battle, the judges had made their decision, with scores of 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46 in favor of Jones. However, some would say that Reyes was robbed of his shot at glory, leaving fans and media alike to ponder what just happened to Reyes' career. This was a night to remember, a true knockout blow of a night where the only thing certain is uncertainty, despite the judges' scorecards. Because of how competitive the fight was, the public clamored for a quick rematch, but Jones renounced the championship in order to make his heavyweight debut. Reyes probably would have achieved his goal, given that his subsequent appearance was for the vacant championship. But did the judges misjudge the Jones-Reyes showdown, or was it a victory for the champion by the skin of his teeth? The world may never know. But what we do know is that since that fateful night, Reyes has been on a downward spiral, a losing streak that has left him a shadow of the fighter he once was. He was once a rising star, with a string of spectacular knockout victories propelling him to the top of the UFC light heavyweight division. But now, he seems to have fallen harder than a punch from Jon Jones himself. The questions swirl, the doubts linger, and the MMA world watches as Reyes tries to pick himself back up from the canvas. Will he rise again, or will he forever be remembered as just another footnote in the legend of Jon Jones? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this is a case of Reyes' career taking a real beating. At UFC 247, the stage was set for a battle for the ages as Jon Jones and Dominick Reyes stepped into the octagon to determine the undisputed king of the light heavyweight division. The two fighters gave it their all, exchanging blows, grappling, and fighting with all their might. In the end, Jones emerged victorious, retaining his crown with a contentious unanimous decision. Or did he? Many believed that the devastator Dominick Reyes had done enough to dethrone the champion, leaving fans and media alike to ask, did the judges get it wrong? Even UFC president Dana White stated that he thought Reyes had won the contest. Dominick Reyes' journey in the UFC has taken a downward spiral, with 4 losses in a row casting a shadow over his once promising career. The knockout defeat against Ryan Spann at UFC 281 only adds to the mounting pressure as Reyes struggles to find his footing after the Jon Jones fight. 3 of his 4 losses have come via KO, leaving fans to wonder if he'll be able to bounce back. Prior to the fight with Spann, Reyes had an 18-month break and moved camps to train with the former champion Glover Teixeira, but he was unable to get back on track. It was a tale of 2 fighters, with Dominick Reyes doubting Jon Jones' heavyweight aspirations, and Jones firing back with a bold statement. But when Reyes stepped into the octagon against Ryan Spann, he quickly learned that actions speak louder than words, especially when those actions result in a knockout punch. In just 80 seconds, Spann sent Reyes crashing to the canvas with a devastating combination, leaving the once promising fighter with a 4-fight losing streak. With this, Dominick Reyes had some choice words for Jon Jones, labeling him as full of and a freaking oddball. He went on to say that Jones is always talking and can't stand it when others receive recognition, adding that Jones thinks he's the best ever. It seems that Reyes is not a fan of Jones's tendency to speak his mind no matter the situation. Or is it just a case of the jester being jealous of the court jester? Either way, this feud adds a spicy twist to the already heated MMA world. Stay tuned for the next chapter in this saga of the Talking Trash Talkers. Now, when it came to his bout with Jon Jones, Dominick Reyes was certain that his efforts would earn him the title. However, the judges had a different verdict in mind. At the post-fight press conference, Reyes expressed his disappointment but still held his head high, declaring that he had given it his all and had turned the fight into an ESPN instant classic. Despite feeling a sense of rudeness from one judge who scored it 49-46, Reyes remained confident in his victory and felt he won at least 3 of the 5 rounds. "The statistics don't lie," he quipped. Adding to that, Reyes stated, "I really do believe I took the fight by a knockout, 3-2 or maybe even 4-1. Reyes couldn't quite wrap his head around the scoring of some takedowns and questioned their impact on the overall result. In conclusion, Reyes was a real fighter with a fighting spirit, and he left no punches pulled in his performance, delivering a knockout performance that was truly ringside worthy. It was still up in the air what the future held for Dominick Reyes, but one thing was certain: he was not backing down. In the aftermath of UFC 281, Reyes declared his determination to get back on the winning track. On the other hand, Dana White was more cautious, pondering the next steps for the 32-year-old fighter. White was quoted as saying that it's a bit of a juggling act at this point. She needs to figure out what Reyes has in store, what his goals are, and how he's feeling mentally. With Reyes eager to get back in the ring and White weighing his options, it was clear that this fight was far from over. One could say that it was a case of wait and see what the future held. And so, the story of Dominick Reyes and Jon Jones came to a close. Or did it? Despite the setback, Reyes remained the man of unwavering spirit, the one who refused to be defined by defeat. Though his career may have taken a hit, there was no denying that he was a fighter through and through. Some might say that Jon Jones ruined Reyes' career, but the true warrior knows that a defeat is merely a temporary setback, a chance to regroup and come back stronger. With a heart of gold and fists of steel, Reyes was not going down without a fight. So, buckle up, folks, because this was just the beginning of a wild ride. The man, Dominick Reyes, was back and ready to make some noise, and Jon Jones better watch out, because he was not the only one with a lot of fight left in him. But with a fighter as resilient as Reyes, there's always a chance for a comeback. Will he rise again and reclaim his place at the top? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the MMA world hasn't seen the last of this Reyes of Thunder. Until next time.